To create a multi-million dollar crystal masterpiece, everything begins with the purest grains of sand and an overwhelming heat that transforms matter completely under human hands. This raw silica, the foundation of clarity, is harvested from the earth's depths to be reborn in the heart of an intense, fire-breathing industrial furnace. The temperature must reach a staggering 1500 degrees Celsius, a threshold where solid earth dissolves into a liquid state of pure, molten energy. Inside this inferno, the chemical bonds of sand are broken and restructured, forging a substance that will soon possess the brilliance of the finest diamonds. The flowing liquid crystal emerges like dragon's breath, thick and viscous, a glowing river of potential waiting to be tamed by the master craftsman's touch. Yet there is no room for error in this volatile state. The timing of the pour must be perfect to ensure the internal purity of the final glass. Against the searing heat, the artisan stands firm, their eyes reflecting the dancing flames as they prepare for the most delicate stage of the creation process. In this battle between man and fire, only the most experienced masters can endure the physical toll required to birth a masterpiece from the flame. The transformation begins as the artisan gathers a precise amount of molten glass on a blowing iron, rotating it constantly to maintain a perfect sphere. The rhythm of the rotation is hypnotic, a necessary dance to prevent the liquid crystal from sagging under its own weight before it reaches the bench. With a controlled burst of breath, the artisan breathes life into the fire, expanding the molten core into a fragile, translucent bubble of light. Every puff of air is calculated, now determining the wall thickness and the overall volume of what will soon become a luxury item for the elite. The artisan uses ancient tools made of charred wood and steel, pressing against the red-hot surface to define the elegant curves and structural integrity. Excess material is trimmed away with surgical precision, a moment where the artisan's intuition replaces mechanical measurement to achieve the perfect aesthetic balance. As the heat dissipates, the crystal begins its transition from a chaotic liquid to a structured solid, revealing its first glimpse of transparent clarity. These hands have weathered decades of fire, possessing the muscle memory required to ensure that a single second of hesitation doesn't ruin a fortune. The intensity of the forge is followed by the silence of the annealing layer, where the crystal must undergo a slow, controlled cooling process. If cooled too quickly, the internal stresses would shatter the glass from within. Patience now becomes the most critical ingredient in the entire manufacturing cycle. High-tech laser sensors scan every millimeter of the cooling surface, monitoring temperature gradients to ensure absolute uniformity across the delicate crystalline structure. This data-driven phase ensures that each piece is structurally sound, capable of lasting for centuries without succumbing to the flaws of rapid thermal change. A human eye, trained through years of scrutiny, searches for the tiniest air bubbles or microscopic stones that would disqualify the piece from luxury status. Even a bubble the size of a needlepoint is enough to send $1 million project back to the furnace for recycling into raw materials. Now comes the phase where mathematics meets high art. The cutting shop is where the crystal's true brilliance is finally unlocked by diamond blades. The constant stream of water prevents the glass from overheating, allowing the diamond wheel to bite deep into the surface with cold, calculated precision. Without the help of computers, the artisan relies on steady hands and a keen eye to follow complex geometric patterns etched in simple chalk. Every cut is a permanent decision. A fraction of a millimeter off course would destroy the symmetry and ruin the piece's optical value forever. These deep incisions are designed to act as prisms, catching ambient light and breaking it into a spectrum of colors that define luxury crystal. As the facets multiply, the object begins to transform from a simple container into a light-bending sculpture that captivates the human eye. The waste created here is as beautiful as the product itself, tiny fragments of light falling away to reveal the hidden soul of the masterpiece. In this symphony of friction and water, the rough-hewn glass is sculpted into an icon of status. They're destined for the world's most prestigious homes. To achieve a mirror-like finish, the cut crystal is submerged in a specialized chemical bath that dissolves the frosted texture of the grind. In a matter of seconds, the chemical reaction polishes every intricate crevice, leaving behind a surface that is smoother than any hand could ever polish. Under microscopic inspection, the edges must appear as sharp as a surgical blade, ensuring that light reflects with absolute purity and zero distortion. The marriage of ancient craftsmanship and modern laboratory technology guarantees that every piece meets the rigorous standards of the world's top brands. Finally, the artisan adds the seal of excellence, hand engraving the brand signature onto the base, a mark of authenticity recognized worldwide. This signature is more than a name. It is a promise of quality, heritage, as in the hundreds of man-hours invested in this single object. Only when the signature is complete does the crystal officially become a part of the brand's legendary lineage of luxury and art. The journey to the client requires a protective cocoon. Each masterpiece is housed in custom engineered packaging designed to withstand the rigors of global travel. Every touch is delicate, handled with the same reverence one would show a religious relic, ensuring no fingerprint or smudge taints the finish. Behind the scenes, a high-tech logistics system manages the inventory, keeping these million-dollar assets in an environment of perfectly stabilized temperature and humidity. Traceability is paramount. Every move of the crystal is logged and monitored as it prepares to cross oceans to reach its final destination. Specialized transport vehicles, equipped with vibration-dampening technology, yet carry the precious cargo, shielding it from the imperfections of the road ahead. From the fire of the furnace to the quiet luxury of a private jet or armored truck, the logistics are as refined as the crystal itself. The final result is a breathtaking convergence of fire and soul, a timeless treasure that captures light and stores it within its perfect crystalline heart. Million-dollar crystal is not just material, it is the ultimate meeting of elemental power and the peak of human craftsmanship.